Hello children, myself Ishwar Chand Balichwal welcomes all of you. Today we are continuing our chapter 1 number system. In this, today we learn to represent root x on number line. Okay, means if our number is root x and we have to plot on number line, then what is the procedure? Which way we represent the root x on number line, that is square root of any number on number line. Okay, to understand this, please watch this video carefully up to end. Okay, so you can understand well. Okay, now we start to plotting root x on number line. Here root x can take value for positive real number. Positive real number means if we take negative number and taking the root, it become imaginary. So here we take the square root of number, so we must take positive real numbers. Okay, x geometrically. This is our number line. This is 0 of our number line. Okay, this is negative side, this is positive side, left and right side. Okay, now to plot root x, here adjustment. What is the adjustment? We take the number in left side, although this is negative side, but we take this on left side. You can understand this by the procedure I explain. First we take AB as our number x. We have root x, so we take x only here as AB from 0 to negative side, and we measure it as x. Okay, look, this is x, so here AB is our x, and we have to plot root x, but we take only x here. Okay, now this is our point 0. We consider this as B and this is A, so AB is x. Now add 1 unit in this, so measure 1 unit from this 0. This is 1 unit, and here we write C. Okay, so AC is what? X plus 1. This is totally x plus 1. Okay, I repeat again. Here is the 0 of number line, and we take x unit in negative direction. Okay, that is, this is minus x, so this become geometrically this become x. Okay, so AB is x, and we take 1 unit in positive side. This is BC. So geometrically this AC is x plus 1. This A and C is x plus 1. Okay, now we bisect this. How? We take A and C are center and take an arc greater than this OC. Open the compass like that and put this and this. So by taking C as center, we put an arc here and here. Now take A as center and put arc here and here and meet them. We get our center point, that is, we bisect the AC and we get the O. Okay, so what happened? Now OA equals OC because we have bisect here. Okay, and if we take this O as center and AO or OC as radius, put an arc. Okay, so we get this semicircle. Okay, now here what is the value of this OB? We understand by this way. Take a look. Here AB is x. Here AB is x unit. Okay, and BC is 1 unit, So SE is x plus 1 unit, okay? And we bisect this. So OA and OC and OD are equal. Radius is x plus 1 by 2. When we draw this, so we take only this much radius, and this is how much? X plus 1 by 2, because we divide it, okay? This total is x plus 1 by 2, and we take only OA or OC. So this is x plus 1 by 2. Understand? And this is the radius of this arc. Now check. OC, OD and OA are equal. OC, OD and OA are equal. How much? X plus 1 by 2. Because we take this x and this is 1. So this is x plus 1. And we bisect this. So we get half of this. So x plus 1 by 2 is the radius. And radius is OA is radius, OC is radius and OD is radius. So they all are equal. So we get x plus 1 by 2 unit. Okay. Now check. We want to get OB. Here AB is x. Look, AB is x and we want to find OB. So this AB and subtract this. This is how much? OA is x plus 1 by 2. Here OB is what? OB can be written as AB minus OA. This OB can be written as AB minus OA. This AB is x and OA is x plus 1 by 2. So here as AB we put x and OA is x plus 1 by 2. We subtract this. So we get OB. Now open this. This become, when we open this become minus x by 2 and minus 1 by 2. Okay. Take LCM to this whole. We take LCM. 2 is the LCM. Here we can make this 2 by 2. So here 2x minus x minus 1. This x subtract this 2x. We get x and this minus 1. So x minus 1 by 2 is OB. OB is how much? X minus 1 by 2 unit. Okay. Now with the help of Pythagoras theorem, because here if we draw a line perpendicular to this, okay, so this become right angle, and here look, OB is base, this OD is hypotenuse, and this OD is hypotenuse, and this BD is perpendicular. Again take OB base, BD perpendicular, and this OD is hypotenuse. Okay, by this way we understand. Now when we take by the Pythagoras theorem, what we get? OD square, this is hypotenuse, OD square equals OB square plus BD square. So right here OD square equals OB square plus BD square. Means this OD hypotenuse, this OB base, this BD perpendicular. Okay, this way OD square equal to OB square plus BD square. Now we transpose this OB this side, so this become OD square minus OB square, and we get BD square. Okay, BD square equal to OD square minus OB square. Now we get the BD by this way. Now we take BD square here and OD square. That is, what is the OD? Here OC, OD and OA are x plus 1 by 2 unit. So OD is x plus 1 by 2 and OD square means x plus 1 by 2 whole square minus OB square. And OB is how much? This is OB. We get OB x minus 1 by 2 unit. So put here x minus 1 by 2 and the OB square, that is square of this. Now open these. When we open this 2 become 4, square of 2 become 4, and x plus 1 square, x square plus 2x plus 1 square by the formula of a plus b whole square. By using a plus b whole square, we get s square plus 2x plus 1. Now this is minus here, and x minus 1 whole square, when we open x minus 1 whole square, we get x square minus 2x plus 1. Okay, and this 2 become this 4. Okay, this minus is here, and we just open the x minus 1 whole square, x square minus 2x plus 1. Now by taking the LCM 4 and solve this, what we get here, I can solve x square plus 2x plus 1, this minus into this minus x square minus of this minus, that is minus into minus plus 2x, and minus into plus minus 1. Okay, this cancel out, this also cancel out, we get 2x plus 2x, 4x by 4. So BD square is 4x by 4. Now 4 cancel out by 4, so we get x. So here this BD is x unit. Okay, this BD is x unit. So BD square is x unit. Okay, so by taking a square root both the side, what happened? If we take the square root of this square cancel out by the root here. This is the square root and this is the square root. Okay, so this way we get root x, and here this cancel out by the root, so we get BD equal to root x. So please carefully watch this, then you can understand how we get root x. So now this is our root x, and if we want to draw, then we plot the root x. What is the BD? BD is root x. This. Okay, this BD is root x from here. For all real number x greater than 0. What is the meaning of x greater than 0? We take the value of x is positive only, because if we take negative value, the root of negative value is imaginary, we can't solve. So we take the positive value here and plot. So to draw root x on number line, taking b, here is the b as center, this is our center, and take the BD as radius. Okay, taking B as O, that is center, and radius BD equal to root x. This BD is radius, and open the compass like and put here compass B and make an arc. BD, it intersect the number line at E, so we get root x on number line. Again I repeat, first we take the 0 of number line here, and in negative side we just plot x, add 1 unit, then this become x plus 1. Now bisect it, we get O, x plus 1 by 2. Okay, so OA, OC and ODR x plus 1 by 2. Now we found OB, x plus 1 by 2 whole square minus x minus 1 by 2 whole square, and solve, we get BD as root x, we get BD, then we take the arc, BD as radius and B as center O, and mark the arc here, draw the arc, it intersect number line at E, we get the root x. Plot here. If we put any value of x, we get that number on number line. This way we can represent root x on number line. Okay, so this way we represent E as root x. Okay, now we take some identities. relating to square root. Okay, root AB, that is square root of AB is what? AB power half. So this is square root, means this is a half power of this AB. So we can written as root A into root B. We can write down this as root A into B. Why? Because this AB is what? AB square root means AB whole power half. So this power becomes on both A root half, that is A power half into B power half. This way we can get square root of A into square root of B. This is our identity. Now if we take square root of A by B, we can write this square root of A upon square root of B, because this is AB whole power half. So we put the powers separately. Now if we have root A plus root B into root A minus root B, so we can write this as, look, this is X, and this is Y. So this is X plus Y and this is X minus Y. Okay, so by taking help of identity X plus Y into X minus Y is X square minus Y square. This is X square minus Y square. So this way we make the square of root A and the square of root B. So now this is X square minus Y square. Okay, so root A square minus root B square. By taking the square of this root cancel by this power, we get A, and this is minus, and this root cancel by this power 2, so we get B. So by the multiplication of this, we get A minus B. This way, if here the sign are opposite, so X plus Y into X minus Y become X square minus Y square. By taking the help of this identity, we get this. Now if here A and here the root B, A plus root B and A minus root B, here this is X and this is Y, this is X and this is Y. So X plus Y, X minus Y. Again this is X square minus Y square. So X is A, so we put A square. Y is root B, so we put square of root B. Now A square is here and this is minus, and what is the square of this? This root cancel out by this square and we get the B. So this become A square minus B. So practice this. Now here root A plus root B into root C plus root D. So we have to multiply this whole term by these individual terms. First we multiply the root A by this root C and root D this way, and then we multiply this root B with root C and root D. So root A into root C, root AC, by the help of this property. Now root A into root D, this is root AD. Now root B and root C, this is root BC. Root B and root D, this is root BD. Okay, so this is again an identity. Use them. Now if we want to open the whole square of root A plus root B, this is X and this is Y. So X plus Y whole square. X square, that is square of root A. Here this is square of root A, so it become A, and 2 into this is X square plus 2XY plus Y square. Here the X, so root A whole square. 2XY, that is X and Y, put here, and this is Y square, so root B square. So by taking the square of this, we get A, and root AB here. Okay, and root B whole square is B. So we get A plus twice AB plus B square with the help of this. Either this, or you can write X plus Y, you get this. Okay. Now we take example. Example 1. 3 plus root 7, 2 plus root 5. This is the use of this identity. Root A plus root B, root C plus root B. Or you can put any number by this way. This is what? Consider this X, this Y, and yeah, all okay. You get A, B, C, and D. This is better. A, B, C, D. Okay. Now we multiply this to these two terms, and this multiplying to these two terms this way. Now open 3 into 2 here, 3 into root 5 here, root 7 into 2 to root 7, root 7 into root 5 here, 5 into root 5 into root 7. Okay. Now solve 3 into 2, 6, 3 root 5, 2 root 7, and this is 7 5 is 35. So root 35. Okay. This way we solve. This is our solution. Now we take one more example. Root 11 minus root 7 into root 11 plus root 7. Here check, this is X, this is Y, this is X, this is Y. So X minus Y, X plus Y. This is our identity. So this become X square minus Y square. X square minus Y square. So we put the square of this. Either take XY or take AB, then you get A square minus Y square. This is our value of the identity. So we directly solve with the taking help of identity, and just by solving this square root cancel out by this square, and this root cancel out by this square. So we get 11 minus 7. So 11 minus 7 is 4. So this is our solution. Okay. Now we take other example. Rationalize the denominator of 1 by root 3. Okay. This is the value which having root in numerator, and we can't handle root in numerator. So first we remove this root from here, and this procedure is known as the rationalization of denominator. How we rationalize? Rationalize means make the denominator a rational number. Here root of any number which not a perfect square. Here 3 is not a perfect square. So root of a number which is not having a perfect square is always irrational number. So first we want to convert this as rational number by rationalize this. That is, we convert the denominator as rational number. How we convert? Check. 1 upon root 3 is our number. We just multiply this. Whatever be the value of denominator, we just multiply it with that. In numerator and denominator both we multiply by root 3. Okay. So this 1 into root 3 become root 3, and root 3 into root 3 become 3. So now the denominator is rationalized. That is, this become a rational number. Now we can handle. This is P by Q form. So it is 1/3 of root 3. If we write this root 3 into 1 by 3. So we check. This is 1 by 3 and root 3 times of the 1 by 3. Okay. So 1/3 of this root 3. Now again we take another example. 1 upon 5 plus root 3. Now this time the denominator not completely having the root. In one part there is root and one part is free of the root. How we solve this? Here the number is 1 upon 5 plus root 3. So we change the sign here, which is called the conjugate of this. 5 plus root 3, so we take 5 minus root 3 and multiply numerator and denominator both by 5 minus root 3. Only change the sign. Before the number which having root, we change the sign and multiply this. So here 5 minus root 3 become the numerator and 5 plus root 3 into 5 minus root 3 is the denominator. So by use the identity a plus b, a minus b, a square minus b square. We put square of this 5, square of this root. So 5 square minus root 3 square. We solve this, so we rationalize it. Now 5 minus root 3 as numerator. And square of 5, 25. Square of root 3, 3. Now 25 minus 3, 22. Okay. So 5 minus root 3 upon 22. This become 5 by 22 and this become root 3 by 22. And this is our solution. So this way we get the solution. First you rationalize the number by multiplying the opposite sign number. Numerator and denominator, you get the solution. Okay. Now here we take another example. Rationalize the denominator of this. Here our denominator having a number which having two parts. One part is rational and other part is irrational. So how we rationalize this? We just put the negative sign here. That is the change the sign here and multiply numerator and denominator both. Here is our number. Okay. By changing the sign, we get 5 minus 3 root 2 and multiply this by numerator and denominator. So with the using of identity a plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square. A plus b into a minus b equal to a square minus b square. This is our identity. By using this, we solve this. So this become rationalized. Now solve. 5 minus 3 root 2 is the numerator and this become square of 5, because this into this square of 5 and this into this square of 3 root 2. Okay. So this is our identity. By this way we get this. Now solve this. Square of 5 is 25 and this square of 3, that is 9, and square of root 2 is 2. 9 into 2, 18. So this way we can write 3 root 2 into 3 root 2. 3 3 is 9, root 2 into root 2, 2, so 9 into 2, 18. This way we get 25 minus 18, here 7. So this way we can rationalize this. Now this become 5 by 7 minus 3 by 7 root 2. Okay, so this is our solution. Take the practice to solve this type of number. If you have any problem, then ask me. Okay. Now we learn laws of exponents for real numbers. Okay. A raised to the power m into a raised to the power n. When both the numbers have same base, we write this as a power m plus n. The powers are added. If the base are same, here the base are same. Okay. Now, if we have a raised to the power m, the whole power n, it means the powers are multiplying. When the powers are the whole power, then we multiply the powers and put the base here. So a is the base and m into n. Okay. This way we can solve this. Now, here a raised to the power m upon a raised to the power n. When we bring this a in numerator, this become negative. So at that time this become a m minus n. The powers are subtracting. Here the m must be greater than n, otherwise we get the negative power. Okay. A raised to the power m, b raised to the power m. Here the base are different. So we cannot add the powers because the bases are different. So we write them as like this. Both having the power m, so we can the power as a whole, a into b whole power m. Okay. Now a raised to the power 0 equals 1. Why the power of 0 of any number become 1? Why? We take the example. With the help of this we can understand. If we take a raised to the power 3 upon a raised to the power 3 and bring this a raised to the power 3 on top, with the help of this a raised to the power m upon a raised to the power n become a power m minus n. Here power, this is m, this is n. 3 minus 3, this become 0 and we get 1. Why we get 1? Check here. If this is a raised to the power 3 upon a raised to the power 3, this cancel out by this 1 time, so we get 1. This is the reason that we get 1, because we can take any value. So we have no right to put 0 here because they cancel out. So we get 1. So always remember, if we have 0 power of any number, then we have the value of this is 1 always. Now a raised to the power n, if we take into the denominator this number, so the power become negative. Okay, so a raised to the power n become 1 upon a raised to the power minus n. Okay, now inverse of this, a raised to the power minus n, so we bring it in denominator, the sign is changed, negative become positive. So a raised to the power minus n become 1 upon a raised to the power n. Okay, now we take some example. 2 to the power 2 by 3 and 2 to the power 1 by 3. Here both the base are same, so we just add the powers. So 2 in powers 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. By adding them, 3 is the LCM, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 by 3 is 1. So 2 raised to the power 1 is 2. Now here another number, another example. 3 power 1 by 5 whole power 4. Here we use this property, a to the power m whole power n. The powers are multiplying. So here 3 power 1 by 5 whole power 4. So powers are multiplying. So 1 by 4, 5 into 4. 1 by 5 into 4. 4 into 1, 4. 5 into 1, 5. So 3 raised to the power 4 by 5. This is our solution. Have a nice day.